wasn't expecting this, now was ya? Alright. New one. Decided what to do it, why not? This is a Naruto one. What if Naruto was... How would I word this? Because he wasn't forgotten. Oh, what if he was a... He's been abandoned, so I guess what if he was kicked out of the village? It's gonna be between abandoned and forgotten, something like that. Not forgotten because you can't forget the Nine-Tailed Fox. But you can, out him while the third Hokage isn't paying attention. Or the fact that, as I'm gonna do this, Orochimaru schemed his way in and, kidnapped Naruto. And this is while he was forming the Hidden Sound Village. Now, as we know, the Hidden Sound Village isn't that big of a village. And yes, it is still a village, because even in Boruto, it's still a thing. So yeah. So that's where we're going to start. Naruto's life in the Hidden Sound Village. Now, because he's raised by Orochimaru, it's a lot different. That's all I gotta say. Naruto isn't as... Well, Naruto... Matter of fact, how do I say this? Naruto isn't as, attention-seeking as he was before, because Orochimaru gives him attention, but at the same time, Orochimaru is still doing business, and still working things out with many different villages. The fucking Sand Village and shit, and he uses Naruto as, his own personal tailed beast, because, yeah, we all know how that works. They use tailed beasts as a way of, weapons. Orochimaru sees him as that, but I'm gonna say over time, seeing as he raised Naruto, he kind of sees him differently, to an extent, because of the fact that, he's raising him. So he starts treating him more and more like, his son instead of a weapon. Well, I know people say, oh no, Orochimaru wouldn't do that. Think if, he might, I'm not sure, he might, not considering, because the fact that he wanted to kill Itachi from a young age. So, no, in fact, yeah, I'm gonna scratch that first part. He still sees him as a weapon, but he still, teaches him many things. So he isn't, he isn't useless. So, from a young age, Naruto trains in ninjutsu. He isn't really that good at genjutsu, so Orochimaru just left it there. And taijutsu. Now, mind, this was before the Sound Ninja Academy was formed, so I'm gonna say the third caught wind of Orochimaru having Naruto, and instead of having a whole, complete battle with Orochimaru and doing everything, them two came to an understanding that Naruto has to come to the Ninja Academy from the Sound Village, and he can graduate from the Leaf Ninja Academy while the Sound Village Ninja Academy is kind of getting built up. Because, they still got Genin there, which is, the Sound 4 and Kimimaru. Jugo still wouldn't be there, because it would make no sense for him to be. But all the events in the Leaf Village still happen, Nine-Tails attack, Itachi basically putting a new thing on the map. The only thing that would change is Hinata wouldn't... Yeah, that's the only thing that would change. Hinata wouldn't know Naruto till later on. So I would say, it would be different between the two. So, when Naruto gets to the Ninja Academy, it's a different feeling almost. Because everyone knows is the tailed... everyone knows he's the fox. But no one's scared of him. Everyone's still scared of him, but Naruto isn't the same, he isn't a failure by far, but he doesn't get low grades in Ninja Academy. He gets actually very high grades, considering. Because of the fact that, mind you, he is still, he's under the tutorage of Orochimaru. So, yeah, he ain't no fucking idiot. And he definitely, and damn straight, ain't no slouch when it comes to fighting. So that being said, that's how the whole thing goes. I think he would graduate early because he'd be seen as a prodigy. Same thing with Itachi and, Itachi, Minato would have been Madara and Madara's brother. Hashirama, Totoro. It goes on. The list goes on. He graduates early among them. I mean, not among them, but you know what I mean. Like, he graduates early and leaves the academy. And mind you, everyone sees this, and like, Sasuke is a little bit salty about that because he didn't do that while his brother did, and everyone else is kind of mad at it because Naruto really didn't say much while he was there. Though he did like let his actions be proven, as like when they do sparring, when he spar with everyone, he beats Kiba. I mean, he beat everyone in the class, including Sasuke Uchiha, which everyone thought was like the best fighter in the class until Naruto gave him the work. He worked him over. And mind you, like, Naruto just worked him over. Like, this is no, like, oh, it's a regular, like, sparring match. He whooped his ass. If I had to put this in terms, picture, like, a skinny nigga going up against a fucking silverback gorilla. You know who's gonna win that fight. Just ask him. Naruto hit him with the perfect combo too. Just dropped his ass straight off the mat. Now, if Sasuke needed a reason to hate Naruto, he has it there. Then I'm gonna say Naruto goes back to the sound. Now, mind you, he's a genin, so now like he gets his missions from the sound. And mind you, the sound doesn't really still is being in development, so he spend most of the time around Orochimaru and then the Sound 4, which I gotta remember their names, but I think it was, yeah, I gotta remember their names. I'm not that good with, because it's still the beginning of Naruto, and because he's not in the Leaf, many of the events wouldn't happen, like with him going out there, like he wouldn't. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna say the Leaf and the Sound form a little alliance. Because it makes sense, because, the Sound got the Nine Tails. No, they wouldn't form a little alliance. It was just more like, it was a little agreement between the two. It wasn't an alliance. Well, quite yet. Because you know what happened. And that's actually a lot part of the Sound's problem that happened. So, yeah, I'm going to say that both that, like, the alliance thing wouldn't happen. It's just the agreement, like, okay, Naruto goes to school here, and then he can go back to you. Because they wanted to make sure he's okay and nothing dumb happened to him. Which nothing did, honestly. Now, for the jutsu he mainly learned, the wind-based moves. I'm not sure Naruto had any other chakra bases. Give me a sec. Yep, he only had wind. I had to make sure because I'm, like, as we all know, like, I watched Naruto before, but it's been a while since I touched up on it. So I know exactly what happens in the first few arcs, but I will not go into the filler because the filler's dog. I should not care. You should not care about. After Sasuke leaves, it's obvious what goes on. Like, after Sasuke leaves, just they BS around and waiting for Jiraiya to get back. Then Jiraiya comes back and they leave, come back in Shippuden. You know the whole story. So, yeah, that thing happened. I'm gonna say, actually, yeah, because of many things, I'm gonna skip a little bit ahead because the Mist arc would happen somehow. I just, actually, yeah, Miss Access State does. But Naruto graduated a year early, so now he's in training more. Like, he trains with, like, Sound 4, which is whatever her name is. Whatever. All I know is he trains with them and Kimimaru. And he gets a lot better in his, like, fighting and swordsmanship. Well, not swordsmanship. Where the hell Kimimari had. Who's Kimimari? Who the fuck is Kimimari? Let me see. One sec. Give me a sec. Gotta look up who Kimimari is. Yeah, it was just some random. But, yeah. I'm gonna say he trains with the Sound 4, but it's not as intense as you think. like the Sound Force train him, but they don't like go explosive training like, oh, you gotta do this, pump iron, get bulk in the gym and all that shit. They train him, but they're not training him as like a teacher would. They're training him as family. Because remember, Naruto still doesn't have a fucking family. Because, you know, it's Naruto's attack. So his family is mainly Orochimaru, who's seen his father figure. Well, mentor and father figure, which is how it should be. And the Sound Four, which he sees as his brothers, older brothers and sisters. Except for the fact that one guy wore purple lipstick. I'm not gonna act like we all didn't see that. Like, that was not his lips, that was purple lipstick. And whatever someone says, that's purple lipstick. That is purple lipstick. I don't care what you say, that's purple. I don't know. I can't see him going on that mission. And if he does, he can't get the Executioner's Blade because he's not a part of the Mist. So I'm gonna skip ahead, fuck it. Because, as I stated, he's not in the Leaf, so there's nothing really he can do. And another funny thing was, I always said, like, if I do a Naruto one, I have to bring in Menma, because he will be in the story and it'll be canon. But I realized that with this one, Menma shouldn't be allowed in here, because of the fact that if there was two Narutos, pretty much, Orochimaru would off Menma, because Menma isn't the Nine Tails. He's remnants of it. Like, think of that one filler nigga. Like, think of it like him. Like, he doesn't have the Nine Tails, but he has, like, essence of it. Like, I forget what he had. I think he had, like, the outskirts of it? I'm not even sure. Because it was weird how they explained it. But, yeah, I'm not going to act like that wasn't filler. And then, the reason why I still say it's filler, because when Minato showed up on the battlefield, he had half of the Nine Tails, and Naruto had the other half. How do you explain that random having some part of the Nine Tails, even if it's just a small bit? You can't. So, yeah, from that I will continue. Nothing much really happened. He wouldn't really, and as I say, actually, yeah. I'm gonna say through sources, Jiraiya kind of finds out. But if you think about it, Jiraiya is his godfather, so he would find out that, yeah, Naruto is basically being held by Orochimaru. I mean, it's not being held by Orochimaru. It's in the Sound Village. And, like, Jiraiya would, like, be mad at Orochimaru at that. But I'm not sure how he would go all out doing it. Because he would know that Naruto's okay through the third. And he can tell that, and he can go there and see that no experiments have been done on his godson, which is Naruto. So he wouldn't really snap and go like, "Oh, Orochimaru, you bastard," and try to wall on that guy. Wall on that nigga. But at the same time, it's like he still has to check Orochimaru because it's his godson. So that's pretty much what happens between the year. Is that I'm gonna say halfway through, like, Jiraiya basically comes to spy on the Mist. I said the Mist. What the fuck? The Sound. The fucking Sound. Jiraiya would come to spy on the Sound, and he would see what's going on, how the moves are going there. And I'd say he gets a good fraction of what's going on there, but his main focus was Naruto. And at spying, he could tell that Naruto's alright. And with Naruto being alright, he's happy about that. Same time, he needs to check Orochimaru about the fact that he basically did kidnap Naruto. Well, yeah, he did, actually. There's no disguising it. He did kidnap Naruto. But if you think about it, in this story, it was for the greater good. Because I think I'm going to do a bad route for this, but this is the good route, even though it seems incredibly fucking slow. Because if you think about it, this is the good route, which is always going to be boring because the good route doesn't have much shit happening. Plus, he's in the fucking Sound. and we didn't get more information about how the sound moved. So until, like, as we all know, until the tuning exams, nothing much will happen. Besides Naruto basically being trained by multiple people, which isn't really surprising because Naruto always was trained by multiple people. Orochimaru, I think, would still target Sasuke, but that's for another time, another place. What else will happen? Because this one's gonna be short because I don't know, because I still need to get it to work better. Plus, I need to see some stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna just end it here. Yeah, I know it's short, but think about it. Like, I don't know if it'll do well, and I can basically test the waters with this one, so I can be like, okay, I can redo episode 1, or I can just continue episode 1. I mean, no, this is a 0.5. Like, I can do this like later or at a different date and see how it's gonna go. But at the same time, it's like I have to do this and, like, you know, get my feet wet in the Naruto story again, which isn't that hard of a story, let's be honest. But I don't see Naruto being the dumbass and stepping over Sakura. Let's be honest here. Naruto stepping over Sakura was dumb as hell. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I'm afraid Jiraiya boy has died in battle. Huh?
Like the Atlantic and I'm going down like the Titanic. Arms blue like the Atlantic and I'm going down.